Hey guys, welcome back to another More with Morrows video. In today's video, we are going to be doing a bedroom makeover in the master bedroom. Now, this is something we have put off for a very long time. We have not hung up pretty much anything in our bedroom other than the mirrors and the TV. And then this whole wall right here, we are doing like a board and batten, but it's going from floor to ceiling. So that's going to be a big problem. So that's going to be a big project in itself, and I'm really excited to see how this turns out by the end of this video. But I hope you guys really enjoy today's video. It's going to be a little bit different than a voiceover. I'm going to try to do more talking and more like showing you guys while I'm actually doing it. I'm going to try to show you guys more of what I'm doing throughout the process instead of just doing time lapses and voiceovers. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Really hope you guys are going to start enjoying this style of videos more, because this is what we want to start going to. But anyways, thank you guys so much for the support. We're going to get started on this video, and yeah, we're going to see how it turns out. So right off the bat, you guys are going to have to move everything from this side of the room. That includes like the bed, the tables, and I did hang up these mirrors a while back, so I'm gonna have to take those down, and then also gonna have to move the safe and just try to pull everything about 3 or 4 feet away from the wall so I can kind of see what I'm working with the baseboard here. So I'm gonna go ahead and get some overview shots for you guys, so you guys will have a good overview of what the room looked like before the batten wall and before the rest of the stuff gets put up in its actual place. So right off the bat, you guys, I've got 10-foot 1x2s, 6-foot 1x2s, and I have some leftover 8-foot 1x2s that I might end up using for the whole project, which I'm really grateful that I have leftover stuff. So just in case like something gets messed up, it's really easy to just change it all out. This Gorilla Glue is amazing, and that is what I mainly use to put up the batten wall. I also bought some extra white signature Valspar paint, and it's a satin finish. So I really like the way the satin finish was on the batten wall that we did in the playroom. But also, you guys, you will need a nail gun if you are going to connect him to studs. Also, I have all of my tools here, compressor, level. So I'm gonna get everything set up out here. I already have my saw set up, but I need to plug everything in and also get my measurements from upstairs. But after that, I'm gonna get the batten wall started, and I'm gonna give you guys a time lapse so you guys can see it go up. And then kind of throughout the video, I'll stop, turn the camera around, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit. So we got the first piece cut. Oh, and the measurement was 104 1/4. So I'm gonna put this first piece up. And when I was looking on how to do different styles of like the batten wall, one of the things that I did see is to go from your corners up all the way across and then measure your inside to get, guys, I'm out of breath. Whew. So one of the things that I did see about doing batten walls is people go from the corners across the top, and then they work their way to the middle of the room, and then work their way to the right or left. And then when you get to the centerpiece, you go, I think, the center of the wall across, and that gives you your first little square. Then you go up and down, and that should make everything square. I think I'm gonna do this that way, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this first piece kind of set up there to see how it looks. But we're getting there, and I'm kind of excited because I like the way that Brittany picked out the batten. I like the style of the batten that Brittany picked out. We're gonna get there. guys, this doesn't look that bad. It's got a little bit of a gap on the right side of the wall between the, like where the other wall meets this back exterior wall, which I kind of expected that. But what I'm gonna do now is go cut my other side and then figure out the length of the middle piece. Guys, so I know I haven't really talked much about like the process, so I'm going to explain it really quickly. What I ended up doing was outlining the wall first and then coming back in and then taking the measurement. I get so out of breath. And then taking the measurement from one side of the wall to the other, and we ended up dividing that by 2 to get half of the wall, and then we adjusted for every piece of batten that we put up. So it's like 23 inches and a half. And here is how everything is coming out so far. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and then all of this is going to be filled in and painted. But once I start going over this way, you guys will see a little bit more of like the gist of what we're going with. So here's the project so far, and I think it looks pretty good. Everything's nice and square. We did a lot of readjusting and adjusting to get this to where it is now, and I'm really thankful that my friend Marco come and help me do this. So what I'm going to do now is run caulking everywhere, like all in the seams, all over the joints, so we can get this ready for paint. This point, because like I've been waiting for this transformation to like be done, so I'm going to start throwing some paint up on this wall. Actually, the first thing that I need to do is sand down where I put all the wood filler to make it kind of seamless. So let me do that, and we will paint this entire wall. You guys will be coming along as well on the tripod during a time lapse. So I think I went over what I got from Lowe's talking about the Valspar satin interior ultra white paint, but I also got some paint rollers, some paint brushes, some tape, and I had these already. I had a small paint roller and a large one, so I'm gonna get the paint poured into here and on the wall. So I got a little test spot done, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint all of the wood first and then go on the inside, because the wood is going to take at least 2 coats to do, and I think I can get by with 1 on the middle, but you can already see that it's kind of bleeding through, and it might be too far back, but you can kind of tell that it's bleeding through the wood, and I've got a few spots that I'm going to need to fix. But other than that, it looks really good, and I cannot wait to see how it turns out. Talk real quickly about how I'm painting it. I am painting it a little bit different. I'm trying to do the wood first so that has time to dry, and then I'll go back in and do the inside of the squares, like inside of the wood, because I noticed when I was rolling it on that it would just take some of the paint off if it wasn't dried already. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about, because that's some bright paint. But I started with painting this strip right here, and then I would go on the inside with my brush, go around the edges, and get it done. And then I will go back in and fill in the squares. But anyways, you guys, I'm gonna flip this camera back around and finish out this wall before Brittany comes up here, because I want it to be a surprise. Alright you guys, so it's 99.5% done. I just got a few things left to do, so here is a sneak peek.
Got him!
So now it is time to put everything back in its original place. I'm going to wait to show you guys the wall, because one thing is really bothering me right now, and I'm going to wait to show you guys what I'm talking about. And I'll kind of explain it right now. One of the biggest issues that I'm having right now is the walls and the tray ceiling. So the tray ceiling, like the ceiling is white, but what is leading to the tray ceiling is supposed to be the same color as the walls, and it's not. And that is honestly, it's very upsetting, because I spent so much time doing this, and I got a few little places on top of that. I don't know what color, gray or white that is. And for it not to be the same color is very frustrating. So I'm going to go ahead and get everything set back in its right spot. And tomorrow I'm going to try to figure out, I'm going to get in contact with the builder and try to figure out what actually that is, because you guys will be able to tell like a drastic difference. I'm very particular, and I am not about how this looks at all. So I'm going to have to try to figure out something to do with this little area. But until then, I'm going to leave you guys with that sneak peek, and I'm going to get everything turned back around so me and Brittany don't have to be like awkwardly sleeping in the middle of our room. What do you think?
I love it. It's exactly what I think we both wanted when we first saw, well, we first saw this idea when we were doing the playroom, when we were looking at different batten walls.
Yes.
So when we first saw the idea for the playroom, we also saw this idea as well and fell in love with it. And I love it.
I love it a
so
lot.
much.
So there's a few places that I need to go in and touch up, but like that's not really a big deal, I don't think. What I was talking about earlier with the paint ordeal. So the tray ceiling part, every bit of it's white. It's like a white, and then it's like an ultra white for the top.
Yeah, there's like three different
There's
paints.
3 different paints in here. It's like passive,
which is the wall color.
Which is the wall color. Then you got like a ceiling paint, which is the trim color, and then you have the ceiling, which is like the tray ceiling part is like an ultra bright gloss kind of finish. And it, when I put some paint up on there and I did the passive, and I was like, this is not right. This does not match.
Because I thought like the tray ceiling was the same color as the wall. Like it looked the same color, and then when we put it up, they were like,
the lighting makes it look like everything's the same in this room, but now there's a little bit of contrast. You can tell there's a little bit of a difference.
Just a few spots need to be touched up, but for the most part, it's done.
Ready to see the final result of the bedroom makeover.
Just show them. I'm just like, just show them.
There you guys go. So as you can tell, we did the full batten wall all the way across, all the way down, and it goes really well with the room. I'm really surprised with like how much of a difference this makes.
It also brightens up the room too.
And it does brighten up the room, because like we have a lot of trees in the backyard, not a lot of sun comes through here in like the afternoon time. So with like the white accent wall, everything kind of brightens up just a little bit more.
So we also got some new sheets, because I mean, even though this wasn't like a drastic bedroom makeover, it's mainly just
very subtle,
yeah, with just the accent wall, but I still wanted to get some new sheets, so we got some sheets by Bowl and Branch. So we have this duvet cover, some new sheets underneath here, like a gray color to kind of go more so with the bed. And then what else did we get? I think that was it. New duvet cover,
New pillows.
New sheets. We actually got 2 other pillows, but I need to buy, like, it's just the pillow cover. I need to buy the actual pillow for
Right.
it. I feel like it cleans it up. That's the word I'm looking
It
for.
does.
It kind of like makes it more clean.
We talked about these mirrors and whether or not I was going to hang these back up. I kind of don't want to.
I just want to keep them like that.
I think I want to leave them like that because
they need to be. I still think we can secure them.
I think, yeah, we can secure them, but I don't really want to be drilling into the wood because that's about the only way you'll be able to secure these to the wall is if you drill into the wood itself. And I really don't want to do that just for the purpose of, like, when we do decide to sell this house, I don't want to have to be repairing a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to keep everything the way it is now. And what do you think? Is that it? Is that it for?
I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you in our next one.
Bye, guys.